joining a 1% outlaw motorcycle club. Do you ever really know what you signed up for? You know there's tension with rival clubs. Are you really ready for that? Will you be taken away from your brothers anyway? Will your brothers do the same for you? Why do we do the things that we do? Good and evil. Is it all just perspective? If you harm women or children, that's truly evil. But when men stand toe to toe, is there ever a good guy or a bad guy? Is brotherhood really attainable, or is it just a dream?
The years, what kept me motivated? And my answer to that is the dream. My dream of the perfect motorcycle club is a club where there is no deceit or envy amongst brothers. A club where unconditional love for a brother comes before money, drugs, or women. A club where the need for power is non-existent and the health and welfare for a brother is most important. Though I always strive for this, I knew it to be unobtainable. For our club is made of mere men who are far from perfect. And in mere men, a world of envy, money, and the hunger for power will always exist.
Today we talk about the Laughlin River Run, the epic battle between the Mongols and the Hells Angels, more life lost, and how Junior lost the love of his life for the club that he loved more than anything.
I'm Scott Jr. Ereckson, and this is my story. That first love was the one that was at the Queen Mary, and she couldn't take it after what she's seen happen to me, and that's how I lost her. Wow. She goes, I can't go through this. And the thing that's crazy is I left for a little bit just to try to get my head together on a few things, and then they had asked me to come back. And when I had come back, the chapter in San Diego had pretty much dissipated down to nothing. Brothers had go to Penn. There wasn't a lot going on, so they asked me if I would consider taking over San Diego chapter. This is after I got out. So I said, okay, but at the time I was in North County, Vista. So what I did is I started the chapter, North County chapter. I started that chapter, Mongols Dago, and it was in North County, Vista, San Marcos, Oceanside area. So I had it going on up there for a while. And shortly after that, they had called me to a meeting for, there was going to be elections. So I'd gone to the meeting, and me and the first girlfriend that was there at the Queen, we were trying to work things out, trying to get things back together. And so I'd come back I'd gone to the meeting, and while I was there, I got freaking nominated for national president again.
Wow.
And I won. So I went back home to Vista, and I walked in the house, and she looked at me and says, what happened? And I just looked away, and I said, I don't think you want to know. And she looked at me and says, oh no. I said, she goes, oh no. She started crying, and that was it. She goes, I'm not going through any of that again.
She just knew where it was gonna go.
Well, the last experience is me being national pres was the Queen Mary.
Yeah.
So it's like, we just made it over that. We were trying to put everything back together. And now here I was reelected. This was 96. And it was just not going to happen.
Tell me about the whole Laughlin thing.
Okay, so, the Laughlin thing, there's some, I've got my own opinion on that kind of thing. I had gone to a meeting, and they had asked me some questions about how I felt about Laughlin and stuff like that. And I had made some agreements with the Angels when I was national president. I mean, one of the agreements were, I think, we were talking about starting, I think, if I can remember, it might have been San Jose or even going up to Oakland. And they kept telling me, you guys aren't going to do that, are you? And I said, I don't have any plans on doing that. I said, but I'll tell you what, I said, I want you guys to stop recruiting in Orange County. They said, we'll stop doing everything in Orange County if you guys don't go any further north than where you're at right now. I think at the time we were Central California, Visalia maybe. So when I had, then shortly after that I got popped at the bar and went back. So I wasn't national president anymore. I got popped in 98. So once I'd gone to the pen, the management of the club, I had pretty much told those guys, hey, you know, we're going to do and go wherever we want, and nobody can say nothing about it. Now, when I had gone to the pen, I got to tell you, the club had grown. You know, I had started I had started a program where I was bringing in new chapters. And before I went to the pen, we got double our size. And so I had got kind of a program of how to do it and what was going on. So the guy that took over after me kind of kept the program. It got bigger, started getting bigger. Then it got to the point where the club was really getting big. This is probably late 90s. And so I guess they just decided, you know, hey, no one tells us what to do. Or, you know, I get it at the time. And so I think that pretty much ignited the Laughlin thing. We had kind of gone up, and I think I'd given my word, and I wasn't there anymore, and I guess things had kind of changed a little bit, and we decided as a club at the time, like I said, I wasn't there, that they're going to do as they please, and no one's going to step in their way, and you know, in retrospect, maybe it was the right thing to do. It was a bad thing that happened to Laughlin, but like I said, some shit has to happen to grow, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So tell me how you feel about the videos that they've been doing about you. I saw a video where they put like 15 cops killed or something crazy, and they used you to get, you know, views. What do you think about all these people talking about you that don't know who you are?
Well, you know, actually, as everybody probably knows, I don't have anything to do with them videos. You got these videos just popping up, most ruthless, most dangerous. You know, this is nothing that I've sanctioned. They're just popping up. People are taking pieces of some other podcasts I did, some shows that I did, and are constructing these things. You know, one thing I want to say is, you know, I killed one dude. I killed the Hells Angels and I went to prison. I ain't killed no cops. I ain't no cop killer. And you know what? The most ruthless and the most dangerous, I mean, you know what? Maybe I could say in my time, it was needed to be violent. I mean, we were at a time where in bike clubs, everybody was fighting, and it was the cowboy days, man. I mean, this is the old West and the cowboy days. There wasn't no cell phones, right? You guys like shit, you fucking handled it. I mean, man, I pulled foam cords out of walls and bars and beat the fuck out of people with pool cues. I mean, I didn't give a fuck. And maybe because I ran a program, a no bullshit program, and I knew that we had to compete with big clubs, that we didn't take no shit. I didn't take no shit as a president. We didn't take no shit as a club. Maybe that's where this is coming from. I would have to say maybe because the era I was in, I was a little more violent. I was a violent leader, whereas maybe where this is coming from. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I was just a guy trying to win the game, man. I was just a quarterback trying to win the fucking game, and I wasn't no armchair quarterback. I ran the fucking ball, and I passed the ball to the guys I needed to pass it to, and you know what? We kept winning. I kind of like the outcome.
Tell them where they can find your book, your websites.
Okay, so I wrote a couple books about my life story. The first one I wrote when I was incarcerated. So I have a website, scottjreckson.com. You can get both these books on, and also on Amazon. This is my first book, The Unknown Model. This is the sequel, book 2. This is how it all started, and this is how it all ends up. It done well. They're good books. I've been as honest as I can, and I told it like it happened. I'm not making up no bullshit. I told it like it happened.
That's what I respect about you too, is that you say your negatives and your positives. You just keep it real all the way across the board. I appreciate you sitting down with me, and like, it's an honor to me to sit down with the legends. You know, I thank you so much for that. Scott Jr. Ereckson, a legend in the culture, one of those special people, a groundbreaker, someone who just couldn't lay down for the status quo. We all make mistakes in life. Junior's mistake will help younger generations learn how one misstep changed your life. Now Junior has 2 successful books that he put out and bigger moves on the way. It's never too late. We can always make a difference. Hopefully one day we could end all these beefs and just ride. We don't all have to hold hands and be the best of friends, but we could show respect. We ghosting, baby.